I think I want to talk about what I always talk about, which is my special interest, and that is relationships. And that's for all relationships. And I think one of the things with my former community that I experienced and learned through time by evolving and growing and healing and seeing the needs that I need to be met in order for me to thrive. And I feel as though that like my former community, I don't I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist. I can't diagnose anyone. I do feel like just in general as a whole when it comes to people, doing the deep inner work is not common. A lot of people will go through their life not doing the deep inner work to evolve and grow as a human being. A lot of people see finding your person and getting married and having kids as the highest version of themselves. And it has nothing to do with what's happening here. It has a lot to do with obtaining these goals, which is get married, well, find the person, get married, then have children, and then raise a family, and then grow old together. But it doesn't seem as though people's personal goals are to heal generational cycles and heal their themselves. I will say that like I truly believed at the time that the people who I was connected to, who were my close friends, everybody that I talked to or hung out with were not my close friends. You might have been an associate, a work friend, an acquaintance, or someone that I kicked it with, but people who I considered close, like my bosom buddy friends, they know who they are. I think that the primary problem that I noticed was that as I was starting to see what was missing in my life, I started to notice what my friends weren't giving me. And then when I decided to challenge them or even like ask for more, me asking for more is what let me see where they were and what they were willing to give to me. And I'll just use a particular friendship. I spoke with someone, or a close friend, and I told this person that like, hey, I this is what happened. This is why I decided to distance myself because over the course of our friendship from a certain time period from 2017 until 2024, I noticed that I would let you know what I was struggling with, and it's almost as if it went in one ear and out the other. My struggles weren't convicting you enough to step up as a friend, to do more than what you were already doing, which was a lot of our friendship was pretty much we would just talk on the phone. That was that was like 90% of our friendship. We hardly ever met up to see each other. It was a lot of like phone calls, and then if we hung out, it was to do specific things that we were working on together. But when you're talking about what was the main way that we did our friendship, the main way that we did our friendship was just over the phone. And I think that for me, my view of friendship is if you call someone friend and you call someone family, like you consider them your sister or your family, then if they let you know that they're struggling with suicidal ideations or very like serious mental health issues, then that is going to set off alarms in your head to want to step up and help out more in their life and pick up in places where they may need more assistance. That's what was in my head about like, hey, that's what it means to be a friend. Because that's what I would do. If one of my friends, and I'm not talking about where I'm at today, I'm talking about like Nina before depression and Nina before, mental health issues. But Nina before all of that, if my friends would have told me that they're struggling with suicide ideations and they're struggling with their mental health, I'm trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to pick up where you can't? What can I do to help you out? Like, do you need me to run errands for you? Do you need me to drive you somewhere? Do you need, like, I'm going to be offering these types of, suggestions to you, like, hey, what do you need from me? Like, that's what I would do. And so I think that was what I was expecting from this person. And I think that the reason why it was realistic to expect this from this person is because I saw this person doing this for other people. And so I'm like, okay, this is who this person is. This is who they are. So then, of course, they're gonna do it for me. But then what I was noticing over time is that every time this person had anything to say about what they thought about me from their own lips, they would say, well, I don't have to worry about you. Like, I have to worry about other people because you're good. And I would be like, in my head, I'm like, why do you think that when every week we talk on the phone every week and I tell you pretty much every week that I'm struggling with deep depression, exhaustion, anxiety, suicide ideations. Like, I'm telling you that like I'm struggling. So why do you think that you don't have to worry about me? It wasn't until probably 2022-ish or 2023 where I started to like be like I started to go off and be like, stop saying that. Stop saying that I'm fine. Stop saying that you don't have to worry about me, because I keep telling you that I'm struggling. That is an indication that you do need to worry about me as your friend. And then I think 2024 is when I got fed up and I was like, you keep telling me the same thing. So, and I keep repeating myself, like it hasn't changed. My struggle hasn't changed since 2019. It's still the same. And so you keep saying, oh, I don't have to worry about you. You're okay. And I feel like this person looked at my livelihood and they looked at the fact that I was able to support myself financially, and I was able to travel, and I was able to do certain things, and you know, I was able to present myself in a way that looked, because you know, I know how to put it on, like as you can see right now, like I look put together. But just because you know how to like look good or look cute or whatever, it doesn't mean that you're okay. And I think this person that I was doing life with, I could see this person seeing beyond what people were showing this person, and this person would see past the surface level. They could see that like, okay, there's something else going on. Even though you're showing me this, I can tell that something else is going on. But when it came to me, it was as if there were blinders, or there was just it was like this person couldn't see my struggle, you know. And I don't really know why. You know, I think the only thing that I can probably pull from is that I asked this person, hey, has God said anything to you about me? And this person was like, no. And that's the only thing that I can pull from. They're like, oh, okay, maybe God was talking to you when it came to these people, but he wasn't talking to you when it came to me. But I think that's still not an excuse, because when it comes to suicidal ideations, that's a serious topic and subject. And so if you consider someone your sister, if you consider someone your best friend, and that's what you tell everybody, but your best friend is telling you that they're struggling, and you don't think, let me step up, let me try to help out more in their life because we're close, we're best friends, that's my sister. I think that that's a red flag for me as a friend. And so dealing with that over the years of me knowing this person since 2017, I decided to say, hey, I deserve better. I deserve someone that isn't just listening to me vent and then rationalizing in their head, oh, well, since this person, you know, they look fine, or, you know, they can travel, and, you know, they can take care of themselves financially on their own, you know, so they must be good. Like when it comes to other people, they can see deeper, but when it comes to you, it doesn't click for them. And so for me, I was like, yeah, like I can't have someone that is in my inner circle, that's that close to me, that I tell you all of my deepest, darkest secrets, and I also tell you all of my struggles, and it doesn't click for you to say, let me step up as a friend, let me help out more. And then I'm also like expressing to you that like, hey, I'm struggling to like do simple tasks, you know. And so anyways, once I had a discussion with this person and told them what I needed them to do to like build trust with me, if you want this friendship, and if you want to work on this friendship, and if you want us to, you know, be healthy again, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. Once I told them that, and I saw that nothing changed, they remained the same, which was, if I needed someone to talk to, for the most part, they were there. But they weren't going to go any further than that. They weren't going to take it upon themselves to step up in my life and let me know, like, hey, you know what, I can do this and this and this for you. I can do that for you. Or this weekend I'm available, or out of this month I can help you with this. Basically, how we started off as friends is how it remained. It never changed. They never thought to themselves, let me step it up. This person Nina has specifically told me what I needed to do better and to gain her trust again. They didn't rise to the occasion. And so for me, that was my answer. I was like, oh, okay, well, you know, you don't take it seriously to, you know, be more active in my life, or be better in helping me as your friend. So I'm going to just bow out, you know, release you. And I'm going to find people who are going to have a sense of urgency about my mental health, and I'm going to help her. You know, like I deserve friends that have a sense of urgency about me. And so